Brian, speaking of the gatekeeping and stuff, and we were talking a little bit earlier about being canceled or whatever. And you said you have some kind of experience with that. Why don't you go ahead and
unfortunately.
talk about that a little bit?
Well, I just wanted to jump in real quick with Jake, what Jake was saying, because there's this Goths Against Cancel Culture group is like, it went from like 0 to 16,000 in like a month in terms of membership, and
even 9 to 16 recently, even it was like super fast.
And the common theme is people go just relief, like, oh my gosh, there's somebody else, because that's the move, right? Is isolate.
Yeah.
And then there's, oh, I can't believe I found this. Like, you guys, this is amazing. I thought I was the only one, and which got started more or less in my behalf, just to going back to what Phil was saying, just because I had some, I mean, this cost me a marriage.
Really?
Dude is gnarly. And then I was doing a podcast and talked to somebody people didn't like, and people just broke out. I had to move.
So they were going after you.
They were going
physically
after me hard, dude. Yeah. I all my gigs got canceled.
What was the hot take? Like, what?
Do you want to hear the catalyst for this?
Yeah, you ready for this? It's like you'd think I'd started the Rwandan genocide or something, but this is in the halcyon days of 2023. Way back when. But it's almost not a joke, because the window has shifted so fast, so much so quickly. I meant to say, but back then I had just somebody that did a podcast. It's great, Moxie Dame. I was a big fan, and she came on, and people had found out. Wait for it. She'd made some unkind. She'd liked a tweet. Right, and then that was enough. And I think. The band that I was really doing at the time, the Gothsicles, was like, it's a comedy. Like, I started in undergrad and then I just never stopped. And I was sort of this industrial Mr. Rogers, so it became so juicy to be like, oh, Brian's a bad guy now, and then we can like jump and just destroyed. I lost everything, and even to this day, like, if I try to get a gig, it gets shut down by the internet. So
there was also the subscription that you had as well. That was catalyst.
Oh yeah. Because I had a Daily Wire subscription.
Oh no!
Yeah. You. That's
Zionists.
How do you get in here?
Yeah,
we missed this one.
Did
you not sign the waiver? It was on there.
Right.
That killed my marriage, man. That was enough to be like that.
A Daily Wire subscription killed your marriage.
And this was after the attack in Israel, from the Gaza attack in Israel.
It bizarrely right around that time. That's how I know when it started.
It was the topic was white hot then. That was again a significant sorting event, right? So if you didn't side with the people that were anti-Israel, then you were a Zionist and all of the things that come along with it. Obviously the Zionists were the Nazis. Which.
But then I think it was even less than. I think it was just because it was a right wing.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, it could have been any the Tim Pool show. I was a big fan of back in the day. Yeah. It's definitely not a big deal that I'm here right now. Holy crap! But
your voice is definitely not trembling. I'm kidding.
I'm sitting next to Jake Munro, so I'm trying to be like cool. But
you're doing super well until just then.
The more Jake points at it, the more you're gonna feel uncomfortable.
Right. It was because in goth world, like, those were the rules, and I lost all my friends, and people are posting like, we tried to save you, like I was getting into like a crack habit or something.
Yep.
I'm like, no, I'm just listening to dudes on the internet, and that was it, man. And
dudes with different opinions.
And then I stepped into the strike and dropped a track called Leftism is Bad.
Jesus.
No, there's no subtext there. It's just
that was the point.
You get that past the censors.
Well, yeah, just because I wanted to be like, this is it. There's no, and then that was it, dude. That that fell apart. But interestingly enough, all the lower, like kind of crappier bands were the ones that really hated me. But the bigger bands, they were like
Yeah.
kind of like the guys that had the most talent were weirdly.
I know why that happened. I know exactly why that happened.
What's that?
Because it's the same reason why people hate on me without tagging me.
What's that?
It's a virtue signal.
Yeah. Oh, it was.
If you're small, if you're a smaller creator or a smaller band, and you can get numbers off of publicly hating someone,
Yeah.
then they're gonna do it.
Oh, dude, it was a crab.
So that's
hole.
why that
People
happened.
were just
Yeah.
dying to like hit me harder.
Just coming on the
online.
scene, just real quick, just make sure everyone knows that I hate Brian.
Right.
Yeah, my
Like,
show's next week. I'll see you there.
Right. Just so you guys know,
that,
like
that kind of shit, man.
Well, I mean,
this is a Wendy's.
It's letting people know that you're safe, which is ironic in the underground space or in counterculture.
right?
Even the nature of the statement itself is completely ironic.
Yeah, but-
it's like we hate them so much, but this is safe.
And
Except for Brian, he's not safe here.
Right, he's
again,
a Nazi.
the whole idea of safe when it comes to counterculture, I mean, safety is antithetical to things that are supposed to be counterculture, right? Like you're supposed to be pushing boundaries. That's the point of counterculture stuff. It's supposed to make people uncomfortable, and there are people that would argue that good art makes people uncomfortable. It makes you question things that your preconceived notions. It makes you question the way that you used to look at the world or whatever the topic is. So the idea of safe art is I mean it's as sterilized and revolting and repulsive as you
That'll
could possibly
bullseye.
imagine if
Like
you're if you're an artist.
tribe-approved art.
Yeah.
Do you guys like this? I know you would. Because the rules are so clear for everyone to follow. But to follow on from something that Brian was saying there, because this is very important, and for those of you who are probably watching this wondering what space is there for people who are people who are conservative, or even MAGA, or right wing, whatever. What space is there in alternative spaces for these kinds of people? You pointed out that whenever you made the song, leftism is what was the word? Bad. Jesus Christ, man! Such harsh language.
Yeah.
I came out and I did a video called "Goth is Not Political," which lit everything on fire.
People sent that to me for a month and a half.
Yeah, so I made a nearly an hour-long video about this. And prior to making this video, my research was on my Instagram. I was like, if there's any Republican or conservative alternative people following, drop me a message, drop me a DM. I want to hear what your experience is. And I got hundreds, thousands of DMs. That video right there. That's the one that sort of really pissed a lot of people off. And you can see two of my biggest detractors in the thumbnail right there. I thought that would be extra sort of.
Did I ever tell you?
Oh, really? Those two people don't like you.
Oh, they very, very much do not like
We
me.
headlined Dragon Con, which is like a big deal, and our booth was right next to one of them. So it's bizarre that it's come full circle because you know it is when you're selling merch, you just basically talk to the band next to you all day. So I talked to Mr. Video all day.
Oh, that's cool, man. But yeah, it's like there is space there. And what I realized whenever there was a bunch of like conservatives and right wingers, or even just center right, even just center libertarians, like people coming in just being like, oh my God, yeah, like I have to mask this shit, right? Just so I can enjoy this. And then you've got leftists saying that goth is political and is leftist by nature. So I'm like, okay, these two things can't be true at the same time, okay? Because if there's something there that right wingers can enjoy, then it can't be inherently leftist. It can't. You can't have these two things. And then, of course, I was talking to you about this in the car. If you take leftism and you strip it of all of this goth aesthetic, what's left? It's just the politics. Politics themselves innately are not goth, right? Liberalism and leftism is not goth by itself. It is only then made goth by everything else that's added, like the music, the aesthetic, the literature, the architecture, the macabre themes, the taxidermy.
So much taxidermy.
Lots and lots of taxidermy.
Eyeliner.
And these things have been enjoyed for decades, right? And before modern leftism became a thing. And these were the same themes that these conservatives and right-wingers were finding value in.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, it's not liberal. It's in fact, it's the rejection of all of these things. It is the regardless of the political affiliations of everyone involved, it is the unifying core themes of goth, which are those things that I talked about earlier. Like aesthetic and music and
Right.
the scene itself and maintaining the scene. So factually, it's incorrect that it's leftist and that it's also political, because again, these were just created as an extension of the LWA, which is the left-wing authoritarianism that I did a video on, which is very different to any other type of authoritarianism.
Yep.
Because of the dark triad, which is like a psychological triad of really, really horrible personality traits. And you don't need to be like a psychological scholar. You can observe this.
I think we opened for Dark Triad in 2015.
To your point, Jake, you mentioned how the right tends to be put off by the goth aesthetic, right? The counterculture aesthetic, the metal music, the heavy industrial stuff, and I think you do see it now. If you look, the Gen Z right wing, they're very much dudes in ties, right? They're going back to that. There was a time where the major political movers were trying to step away from looking, prim and proper, looking well kept with ties and stuff. They were trying to look like the everyman, right? Like maybe it might be. I think it was probably the whole aesthetic, the Brooklyn aesthetic, where you had dudes with beards and they've got their lattes, and that used to be, for a time in the early aughts, that was kind of counterculture, right? Like if you were trying to go into politics or into political spaces, you were still kind of wearing like your normal stuff. And now there's been a resurgence on the right of people that are, they're always presenting themselves in suit and ties.
It's the new punk, man.
And it is. And I mean, there's always been that kind of dude in the scene, right? Who wears a tie, and it's usually like it's not brought up, but like you see it, I think, a lot in ska band, or used to see it a lot in ska bands. Right? Ska bands would wear suits and jackets and stuff.
The sort of
sweating through
ironicism of it all.
Yeah, but nowadays the guys that are wearing ties and on the right, they do try to portray that image. But you were saying that there's space for those people in the goth world. Can you elaborate on that?
100%. So the mistake these people are making is that their perception of these alternative subcultures do not change. They are absolute, and their basis is always going to be left versus right. But that's not true. It's a counterculture, and counterculture, the very nature of the word, is counter to whatever culture happens to be the most popular at the time. And as we all know, the reason why we get so much backlash, the reason why there's so much animosity towards people like us saying the things that we say, is because we are the counterculture. That is the whole point. And they didn't realize at any point that they became the system. They became the culture to which we counter to it.